If you are logging in to MyTEAM today, this is what matters. Another big day in MyTEAM. No new weekly challenges, but as usual, knock out your dailies, handle your exhibitions. I got both of those done here today, all except one because I don't have two Spurs Emerald players, just one. Not going to go on the auction house and buy it just for an exhibition, but always do the ones that you can. 4 weekly challenges. Nothing new dropped today, but it is your last day to try to get 10 wins in Showdown. You can see I did get it done. We will be opening this pack in a future video. I'm actually dropping a video of how I got these 10 wins with an all reward squad. This was with a season 3 reward squad only. Every single one of these cards can be grinded for from a season 3 season or challenge that they put out. No season 2 cards, no season 1s. Couldn't use my Sigma, couldn't use Kid, no Kalel Ware, no Rui Hachimura. So this was a really fun team. Video coming out later. You guys will see how that turned out. But yes, it is your last day to knock that out. If you are going for the 10, as I said in past videos, don't feel FOMO on this. A lot of people have opened these packs. It's not really meta cards. I could post a list of some of the cards we've been seeing, but it's more mid-tier pink diamonds, you know. So don't feel like you have to do it, but it is fun in my mind. I had a good time grinding for it. It gave me a bit of incentive to play Showdown. So last day for that. You still have plenty of time on Flash if you need to get this Hall of Fame badge. Same with Wild Gems, at least a few days. I don't even see a timer on these, so go at your own pace. It says season 3, so that could be all season long. But I still recommend getting both of these, and I was using that Fred VanVleet. Porzingis didn't really see minutes. We had enough depth at center, but Fred VanVleet was pretty much my backup point guard for that entire series, and he did play big minutes for me. So fun card. Definitely recommend this card. Probably not your meta point guard, but I had to use them, and we definitely got some good usage out of them. These are all still available. This was my starting point guard and power forward. These guys are good. Fears and Queen. We have a gameplay on them already. You know, the games I won online in Showdown, these guys had their fingerprints all over it, particularly Fears and Queen too. Both these guys are really good. Kenny and Shaq, super fun duo. We also used them in the challenge. Shaq had buckets every game. Got to be strategic how you use them, but still recommend getting him done because that was really fun using Shaq. And after every bucket, Shaq got, I was getting pretty pumped up. So definitely knock those out. This Julius Erving piece is available, and hopefully they will release one more. As of now, there's only 2 out. So if you are hoping to get that Diamond Dr. J, keep waiting. Patience is good. You can always chase him in packs. I really don't think it's worth it. When I say chase in packs, there are the exchange pieces within certain packs in the pack market. And then keep your season grind, in your mind, whether it's your level 40 that you're going for or that exchange piece through either Showdown, Breakout, whatever it may be, All-Star. Make sure you get it done. Will shout out for Domination. That Elgin Baylor card actually might have been the best card that we used in that challenge. So definitely recommend getting the Elgin Baylor and using him because he's good. He's honestly, I wouldn't say S tier shooting guard by any means, but he's probably A or B right now. If you're good at the game, you can use him online and absolutely win. With that, King of the Court has been going on this weekend. Looks like Ty Debo is falling down the rankings. He's kind of the reigning champ. Really good content creator. I've been watching him for a long time. He's much younger than I am, but I still consider him like an old head in the game. So good luck, Ty. I am rooting for you. We'll see if he can get it done. I don't think I'm playing this week. The rewards just aren't there. I mean, realistically, I'm looking at tier 2, and that would probably be playing at least 4 games. I don't need a 92 option plus pack. Last week we did get the 92 plus and got a Detlef Shrimp, which was cool. But if you want to, challenge yourself and get a little sweaty, this is a great mode. But for me, this weekend in particular, I would rather play the 10 Showdown and get that 95 plus pack, even if it's not going to be, a game-changing card. You also get an hour of 2 times rep, which I currently have and I'm not utilizing, but if you are grinding that rep, it's another benefit of doing this. Plus, Showdown has its own set of weekly rewards. So just by doing this, I went up a couple tiers. I haven't played Showdown all year, so I was in tier 15. I'm up to tier 12 now. I got the 7 wins needed, so I'll get an extra 10,000 MT. And if you do the 10 wins in Showdown, you should definitely be eligible for the max reward for whatever tier you are in. So it is potentially worth the squeeze this weekend in particular to play Showdown, and I would recommend that Showdown over King of the Court. Let's dive into the market. There is some movement on the auction house. I have my 2 Jimmy Butlers listed. We bought them Thursday night. Hit or miss if I'm going to make some profit. I saw a pink diamond Jimmy sell last night for 300. He didn't have nearly as many badges as mine has, but with these top tier cards, you never know. And that was Saturday instead of Sunday. I kind of thought Sunday would be better because it's a little further away from that new flash set, but we'll see. This Jimmy Butler, he's been going for right around what I paid for him, which is like the 600 to 700 range. Ones with less badges a little bit lower. So it's going to be interesting to see if we make profit on these 2 cards. That will be in tomorrow's daily video, the results of this, because we still have 8 hours left. But if either of these cards look good, feel free to put a bid on them. Hopefully we make a little profit. Market as a whole, it is doing what we thought it would do. It's kind of stabilizing, particularly with these flash. Palo sitting at around 1.5. I'm seeing Shea end for around 1.5. I think they'll trickle down closer to that 1 million once they're out of packs, depending on future drops. They could spike. If we have a few weeks of no new point guards being released, then yeah, Shea might go up. And same with small forward, power forward. So it really does depend on new sets. But the main pattern you'll see is the top Galaxy Opal for the new set. When it first comes out, it's probably going to be around 2 to 2.5 million. Then it's going to start trickling down, get much closer to that 1.5 million. And then it's going to get a little closer to that 1 million. And then depending on need and scarcity, it will either float back up closer to 1.5 or even dip down to like 800K. And a card like you can use as an example, like look at this Luka Doncic. He's not necessarily the best Galaxy Opal, but he is a pretty good one. And he was up over 1 million, and then he, kind of came back down to earth, settled, and now he's finished around 800, which is kind of your standard price for like a non-super meta Galaxy Opal. Comparable Giddy was a bit more expensive from the start. He was up towards 1.5, then he settled around 1, dipped down a little bit below. Now there's only 1 on the market. I think this card's going to be closer to 1 to 1.2, maybe even closer to 1.5. So just because there's not a ton of really tall point guards. So just be aware of some of the trends for those top end cards if you are thinking about investing. For the pink diamonds in Flash, they've stabilized a bit. Even Zach's gone down. Still a really good card. People are really enjoying him. You can see the boost for badges where this one's kind of a base 23 and 11. And then we come up to here and we can see he has 24 Hall of Fame badges. And he's already at 646. So definitely a bit of a premium there. And then the market as a whole, it's definitely kind of stable. Keep an eye. I think there's going to be a bigger crash later in the month. There's so much uncertainty with new sets and this mysterious Christmas festival that, supposedly was coming today and then everyone said it's going to come Tuesday. I don't know. They usually release them Friday. So definitely some uncertainty. And I would say with any high-end card, there is a chance we could see a large dip where maybe some of these Galaxy Opals baseline prices get closer to 500. Cards like Wade and some of the other good Galaxy Opals, maybe they trickle down a little bit. So that could be coming, something to keep in mind. If you're holding on to a bunch of really expensive cards, I would start thinking about liquidating because that tide is turning and you can see it from this flash set with so many good cards from top to bottom. More and more sets like that are going to come out. Let's do our daily wild gems talk because we're just really focused on these. I think there's a ton of money to be made, especially with the recurring Tuesday wild gem drops. Some of these base wild gems are really sneaking close to 100. I had a bid on 1 or 2 that won at 120. So I saw a Chauncey end at 120. So I might bid a couple. On Tuesday, these were up to 190 pretty easily due to that exchange. So something to keep in mind, if you can get these guys around 130, that's pretty low risk. That 97 plus exchange isn't going anywhere. The question is, what's the next exchange going to be? And I would be a little surprised if they did 2 weeks in a row, something that really required specifically pink diamonds. I think diamonds are due. I think we're going to see something that requires a lot of diamond wild gems. I could be wrong, but definitely value in the pink diamond wild gems if you can get them at the right price. I'll be bidding slowly on a few of these. I'm not going to get anywhere close to like 160, 170. Even at 150, I think there's some value. And then the exchange becomes a real thing, because if you can get 3 of these guys for like 1 to 120, it's 360,000 for a Galaxy Opal. Yes, it's untradeable, but depending on what you're trying to do and what's fun for you, some of these wild gem Galaxy Opals could be pretty fun. This Jason Kidd's really good. Some of them, if you get the Tony Parker, you're not going to be happy. So if that's what's for you, this is a pretty good time to do it, because they're getting cheaper, and I definitely think they'll get more expensive in the future, especially if a good exchange comes. Speaking of diamonds, they're getting right around 30 still, which is great, because a few days ago they were like 20 to 24. I think even yesterday some were ending at bid. So they're kind of starting to trickle back up. And that's a good sign. So if you were able to buy at 20 to 24 like I recommended, you've already made a little profit. You could sell today probably for close to 31 minus the 3,000. That's 28,000. So you've already made a few thousand MT on each one that you bought if you got at the right price. But I would still hold. We're only at Sunday. Tuesday, there will be a new exchange. These could easily get to 40. I say it every video. So if you can get any of these guys, closer to 25 is my recommendation. They've already started trickling up, so it could be a better day just to kind of monitor, see if you can find, one of the more rare diamond wild gems. Like this Evan Turner was good for a while, but it looks like he's kind of low. So if you see a good wild gem that you think is value, definitely go ahead and pull the trigger, and of course work the bid method. We all know I'm a big proponent of using bids. If you can come in here and maybe get some of these, this is how you're really going to get some for cheaper than 25,000. Like this Andre Miller's at 21.5. I'll go ahead and put a bid on him, maybe like 23. Maybe won't win it, but if I do, I'm happy because I got a great price for him. Other than that, keep an eye on the market. Just look for trends. I mean, everybody has their own way of moving and grooving in this thing. My goal is just to kind of expand your mind on like how you can make money in this economy. And one way is honing in on a few meta players. I've been making money on this Caruso a lot, and his price went down a little bit because I was selling them at around 50. I bought one outright at 35 yesterday, and then I saw a few listed at like 35, 36, and I thought, oh shoot, maybe I'm not going to make profit. But he sold at 41, so I still made over 1,000 MT on 30 seconds of effort, so that's still a win. I only see 3 up. This 55,000, you can't see it because of my face, but that says 55,000. He is not selling. He's only got 16 minutes left, but right next to him we do have one on bid. Confident he'll sell at 40, and I'll be aggressive and maybe bid like 34. And yeah, if we win this, I think I'll be able to flip it pretty quickly. It looks like someone already had a pretty high bid, so he's already up to 33,000. Hopefully I win him there and can flip him for around 40 to 41. Make a couple of quick bucks there. Another card we've been honing in on is this Okongwe. I'm actually hotter on him now because I just played against him, and this guy cooked me. Got absolutely cooked by an Okongwe recently. So this card's really, really good. And again, if you can find one on buy now with extra badges, I would go ahead and just snag them right away. Not too many people are listing badged up Okongwus as buy now. This one has some extra gold badges and he's a buy now, but he's only been up for 7 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets bought quick, but probably not a good opportunity for you to actually make profit. This would be one you could make profit on with 10 extra Hall of Fames and a legend. If you can get him anywhere close to 100, he would be valuable. But I'm looking for those buyouts with extra badges to see if we can get something cool. The one that's about to end just has 2 extra gold badges, and he's sitting at 100 with no bids. But this one here, 5 legends, 3 extra hoffs, but he's already up to 120. So I don't know if there's real profit to be made. But a good example of if you can get one with extra badges, he will sell well over 100. So any buy now of this card with a good amount of extra badges is definitely somebody you can make a little MT on. That's the general mindset I want you all taken in here. Work your bids, monitor the high-end cards. As we've talked about, if you're really going to move in the market and try to make MT, I wouldn't be really investing in a lot of bid cards. It's just too fickle, and you never know who's bidding. One card could go for 200,000 more MT on a different day, just depending on who's on the auction house and if 2 people end up bidding each other up. But these buy nows are just so much more stable. So if any card you can get on buy now, as long as you understand their general high and low price, then you can make some MT. And I'll give you a couple more examples because I really do think that this auction house content is super important. Is like a card like Derek Queen. He's gone down significantly because he was up to 70, 80K. I even see some value here because this one's for 65. And let me just go ahead and move my face one sec. As I was saying, this one is for 65 and this one's for 60. But look at the time. They both have only been listed probably for an hour. I'm guessing both of these got put up on a 4-hour bid. So they haven't been up here that long. And there's not really many other ones in the market. And I've seen him sell consistently at 70, 80K. So, you know, if I was feeling aggressive, I would buy both of these outright right now. And then I would just relist them immediately for like 72 to 75K. This one you would need to list over 73K to actually make profit. This one you could make profit on listing it for 70. And I wouldn't be surprised if both these sell at 70 to 73, considering there's only 3 total and the last one's sitting here on a bid. And I would bid on this one, but it's got over 10 hours left. So all this kind of monitor for now, but if you were thinking an aggressive mindset, come and buy both these queens and just relist them immediately at a price where you're going to make, you know, a few thousand MT. Don't come in here and list them at 90. They probably won't sell. But with only 3 up, you buy 2 of the 3. The last one's not even a buy now. You could pretty easily buy both of these and then just put them back up for, you know, 72 to 75, make your profit and move on. That's one idea for you. The other team people we're looking at is the other dynamic duo, which is Shaq. And let's see how is his price. Look how rare he is. There's only one, he's on bid. I don't know if someone will bid on that. We could monitor it. I don't want to bid just to monitor it because I actually don't think a ton of people are going to bid this card up. But we did see some of these at buy now for around 90. So if you pop in here and there's not many Shaqs and you see a buy now for 80, you could probably flip that for like 91, 92 on a buy now and even put them up for bid and see if you get lucky and people start bidding. Let's look at those 2 counterparts. Just Jeremiah Fears. He has gone down pretty significantly. Here's one for 34,000 that's not selling. So interesting to see that Queen and Shaq are holding such a high premium, while their counterparts of the counterparts of the dynamic duo have gone down significantly. Way more Fears than there are Queens. Kind of sounds fun to say. And this card is so good. I mean, on that dynamic duo, he is so good. So I think he's, you know, I get way more buckets with Fears than I do Queen when I play that dynamic duo. So interesting to see that he's so much less than Derek Queen. But I think Derek Queen was a bit rare to start. And let's check out Kenny the Jet Smith because I think he will be similar to that Fears card. And just like we anticipated yesterday when we saw him, he was around 70. He's already trickled down to 50. I do think he will trickle down more, just like Fears did, and probably end up closer to that Fears card. I could see this being down to 25 at one point. So I'm very cautious buying one of these at 50. I think his price will go down significantly and do the challenge over buying one of these guys. The only reason to buy these guys would be to make some MT and try to flip. That will wrap up the market segment. Overall, great day just to, you know, grind the game, catch up on any challenges. I still recommend all of these challenges here. Try to get these done. If you can do the showdown, get it done. You have 1 day left. If not, no worries. We will see what I pull from that pack in a future video. So, you know, I'm not expecting anything great. I was doing the grind either way, but I'm definitely not crossing my fingers for a Pink Diamond Wemby or anything along that nature. Enjoy the day. I hope you all are doing well. Much love. Peace.